Good evening. It's Friday, 10 o'clock. You know what time it is. It's the Friday night takeaway with me, Mr. B, Talk MU, and as always, Yank, talking smack. Tonight, Crisis Talks at Old Trafford. Good evening, Talk. How you doing, man?
Yes, bro. Good to have you back, Mr. B. I missed you, bro.
I'm here, man. Yank, how you doing, big man?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good. I know you know. We're going to be. Sorry.
He's gone into the shadows there, Mr. B.
Oh, where's your light gone? Oh, where's your beautiful face gone? Talk.
I've gone to the shadows.
It's in the shadows now.
I thought I'm pulling my best Juan Mata impression right now. Just gone to the shadows.
You might find Ollie lurking there behind your back, mate. Don't worry. Right. Friday. We do our things a little bit different on a Friday. You may or not know we do a Wally of the Week, which our resident host, my super 6'7" sidekick, on Monday's won for the last couple of weeks. Now we've got a few more clips here. We've got a vote going on is it Twitter or YouTube?
There is one on the actual channel as well.
The one on the channel. Go to the channel, get your vote in. If it changes, which I doubt very much, then thank you very much. Look, we've got 5 clips to show. Then we'll get on with the show. We'll get these out. We'll get you guys to maybe post what you think who was the worst, who will get the Amundi of the week, although I think there will probably be a name change this week. But look, we're going to start with the first one here. And then we'll roll with the 5 and see what we've got.
You know, I can accept not losing against Liverpool, Man City. They're clearly got a better manager than us, but we must win this game. So once we win this game, it's not going to be so bad. We're only 3 points off the top 4, I imagine, or around that region. So hopefully we can start kicking on from now and get the momentum going, because we've got some really bigger games, bigger London derbies, or London games to go to.
London derbies, well done.
Well, we are Man United Londoners, you know. So.
Oh no, Monday.
And one day back on that list again. We've got another one.
Andy Vaughan, obviously, one of our regulars and well respected around these parts.
Herbert, Prince of.
I said Andy Herbert. And everyone else, Prince of Wales, not Prince of Wales. Sorry, that's
wow,
royalty.
Wow,
the Prince of Maine. If you haven't heard of this band or check them out on FTB Sports, Prince of Maine is our friend Ollie, who's been started on the Man United agenda, and now he's got his own show on FTB Sports, and his band is called Prince of Maine as well, which are fantastic.
Another one from a Monday.
You can always count on it.
Got the royal family on his brain. Let's see if a Monday's back again.
The worst Brazilian to play in the Premier League.
Jemba.
No,
Brazilian.
Wasn't Jemba Brazilian?
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
No.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Oh no.
I would just like to explain that one out before we go any further. When I heard worst midfielder, I think I might have heard maybe worst just midfielder and forgot about the Brazilian. Maybe I did hear Brazilian. I had Kleberson in my head. I don't know why Jemba came out. So,
Mr. B, Mr. B,
yes, sir.
do you know what this is?
That ain't no Brazilian flag.
God.
I don't think this is Brazilian, mate.
Is that? I think that is that Senegal?
It's Cameroon.
Cameroon. That's right.
Oh, God,
That's where
look.
Jemba's from.
Oh,
Right, okay.
look.
I knew
There's
he wasn't
yellow in the
Brazilian.
flag. There's yellow in the flag. Yeah.
There's yellow and green in the flag. Look at you go.
There you go. See? We've got another one.
This is the holy fail. I've got to post a link with witty comment.
Big chest. All I can see is his chest and yellow bees on his chest and everything else. And I'm getting
It's a
afraid of
hornet.
it,
It's
man.
a hornet. With
Yeah,
a
sorry,
hornet.
Hornets. Forgive me.
On Monday again, talking about getting bees and hornets muddled up.
Oi, can we just show a screenshot of Solo's lineup for this weekend as another Monday of the Week write-in, please?
Well, what I will say is the boss, Mr. Solo himself, kindly didn't post a video of his team. We've got something slightly different. We're going to go down a little musical avenue for our last clip.
Oh no!
To wrap it, I can do it in a freestyle rap. Yeah. Do you want to give me a little beatbox then, Charlie?
Go on, Matt.
Well, let's go back to AC Milan. There was Oli had a plan. The plan was this. The plan was that. Had to get through to the European. But anyway, stop. Time out.
Now, what I will say, first things first, is Charlie Dugout Daily. This is a little Man City fan. Great guy. He actually sent that clip to me.
Top class bloke, not a top class beatboxer.
So yeah, we'll replay those at the end of the show. But I said you've seen the clips. Get your votes up. Get your votes in the comments.
I voted Mr. B, but now I think after that last clip, I might have to change my vote. That's dreadful.
That's the first time I've seen that clip. I've never seen that clip before.
It's all right.
Rapping.
I'll get it up again, Mr. Amonde. So
he's trying to create the next Thiago Silva song.
Oh, for Amonde. Oh God! Right, Friday night starts. Crisis talks at Old Trafford. Yank, what do you make of this on a Friday?
I mean, honestly, are we surprised? United is in a full-scale crisis at this point. We're playing like shite. Our manager's gone to his fourth new formation in the past, time he's been here. We're dropping off the top five. We're not even in the top five anymore. We're below Arsenal. I mean, if we're below Arsenal, period, that's a crisis. It's a crisis, period, if we're below Arsenal. And the fact that we have nearly half of our 25-man squad saying that they're going to be either gone at the end of the year because of contracts or just wanting to leave, especially when you have some people, like Dean Henderson, who are asking to leave, it's worrying, and it's definitely crisis time when Ole doesn't seem to have an answer. And you got to hope that he has an answer for Watford. But past that, I don't know if is he going to beat Villarreal? I'm not even really sure that we're going to beat Villarreal and actually get out the Champions League group again.
Really?
I'm scared. It's not like it's very close.
I'm trying not to think about the Villarreal game. I'm just want to get this Watford game out of the way. Crisis talks at Old Trafford. I know you've been wanting to talk about this one, bro.
Yeah, I mean, look, you got to sort of break this down into terms of, right, because apparently it's with the senior players, i.e. Cristiano Ronaldo. So the rumours about Cristiano Ronaldo being pissed off, not happy, maybe making rumours about and murmurings of wanting to maybe move on after this season, not honour the contract, whatever was signed and everything else. For me, I think this has been a little bit blown out of proportion, if I'm honest. I think it's more because it's who else could it be for this to be for name senior players, them words, senior players, it has to be Cristiano Ronaldo. So I think there's just been some kind of conversation needed to be had here with Ollie and Cristiano about, maybe Cristiano's got questions as to, right, listen, we've been away now. You've sent us away after these terrible performances and defeats. What's happening? Where are we going here? I think that's more a case of what it is, wanting to understand, because Ollie said in his press conference about, they've been working on specific things where they know there's problems. So something's been raised, obviously, by Cristiano to Ollie. Now, in terms of who else would have been there at these crisis talks, I don't know. This could have just been Ollie and Cristiano Ronaldo, in a room privately together, talking about, like I say, what's the plan going forward? Because Cristiano Ronaldo was, you got to put yourself in his shoes. What's his big concern right now is exactly what Connor's just said, is I don't want to be playing in the Europa League. If we go in the Europa League, I'm getting an injury. Simple as that. I guarantee you, if we end up in the Europa League, Cristiano Ronaldo is going to be injured.
We're moving like Italy in the World Cup qualifiers right now.
Well, he ain't going to be playing in the Europa League, is it, Ronaldo? No way. And have Lionel Messi like sniggering at him. You know what I mean? Like,
Messi can do all he wants while he's scoring 0 freaking goals every single day.
Well, no, but even so, he's not in the Europa League, is it? So at this point, he's not anyway. So you know what? For me, I think it's been blown a bit out of proportion. I'm not going to read like too much into it, because listen, we all know there's serious deficiencies in our performances, and listen, again, I'm not just going to point my finger at Ollie and the coaching staff and all that blah blah. Some of the players do have to step up in this conversation as well. That you have to sometimes give a little bit more. We know that, and I'm not the only one who said that. I've heard other people saying that. Bigger people than me, who have been saying them kind of things. So we just gotta see what it is exactly has been spoke about. What, just because I did say when he sent them away, I did say maybe this is something to do for their heads, the headspace. And that's exactly what he said in his press conference as to why he's let them go, to refresh their minds. So, and I can understand why he's done that, but I just think maybe it was a little bit too long. I think he should have cut it a little bit shorter. Give them a couple of days. Go and refresh your minds for a couple of days, like 2 or 3 days, and then get your asses back here. The ones who are not on international duty, etc. Because I don't think they were all on international duty, were they? There were in some players that could have, stayed back. So it's we're going to find out the culmination of exactly what's happened. We're going to find out tomorrow at 3:00.
My opinion on the whole take, I'll be honest. If you're watching, please like, please subscribe, please share. Let's try and get 20 likes today, 25 likes. I mean, I would even like 30 likes, to be honest. So if you're watching it after the stream, hit the like button anyway, because I know you're here and it only takes this. Yeah. Also, we're on our way to 1,000 subscribers. We've got a chance of winning a signed Bruno Fernandes shirt. Proper signed, not solo signed. Actually, original signed Bruno Fernandes shirt. We're a few away. Let's try and get that description up before Christmas. Maybe a good Christmas present for somebody, courtesy of the Man United agenda. But I'm sorry, let me get back to what I was talking about. I've got a question for you. These crisis talks that were held, we've obviously decided who the players were. If those players decided to tell Ollie that he wasn't good enough, do you think Ollie would be taking any notice of them? Talk.
No. Definitely not. No, listen, Ollie's you got to remember here, right? Let me just put this into some kind of perspective for the fans who don't know it. It took Alex Ferguson 6 seasons, right? 6 seasons it was before we got anywhere in the league. 6, right? So closest he came was second. So Ollie has already done that. Third and second. The biggest problem here is the performances. This is what it's down to. I said it the other night. If, for example, we were maybe scraping a draw or scraping a 1-0, right? I'm playing badly. It wouldn't be as bad, would it? Wouldn't be as bad. But the fact that we're not getting no points at all has swelled the performances up even more, because there's nothing to take out of it. So, you know what? I think there's a bit of breath holding here from the board and from the owners. I think that, right, just keep holding your breath, hold your breath, because you're going to get to the top. You're going to get to the top of the water, and you're going to be able to breathe. It's coming. And I think that's what's happening here. I think they truly believe that, taking in consideration what Alex Ferguson did in his first 6 seasons, which was an FA Cup, right? Then I think they're looking at that and thinking that maybe there is going to be a turnaround here. And then these talks with, like I said, whoever it was the talks were with, But for me, it's that we're going to find out tomorrow exactly what the real problem is, because it's come out now that we've had these crisis talks. Ollie's had the talks with whoever he's had them with. If this is, like we've all been saying for so long, a problem in terms of how they're being coached and what they're being asked to do, we're going to find that out tomorrow. So, it's a massive, massive game. Not because it's Watford. It's not a massive game because it's Watford. It's not a massive game because it's a league. It's a massive game because of the context of what is going on around this game.
Yank.
Yeah, I mean, I have to agree with Rise, but at the same time, I have to disagree. I do think when you look at Sir Alex Ferguson, he was coming with a bigger track record to prove himself, and that's why he was given longer.
Mm.
But at the same time, I get it, because you see players you see people like Klopp who came in and took their time to finally win their first trophy with the team.
Mm.
I mean, unless you're Pep and you have about 600 million, thrown your way because your oil daddies know exactly what to do, and that's just throw money at the problem. But that's neither here nor there. But I think I have to agree, though, that you cannot just put this on Ole. Players have to be blamed for some of this. Player performance has been poor. And you can coach a team all you want, but if their positioning is so crap, I mean, you just look at the Leicester game. I know nobody wants to remember it, but the Leicester game, 2 of the goals were down to purely just terrible positioning.
Mm-hmm.
We gave up a bad goal at one point because of a David De Gea error where it literally should have been an easy save and it went through him and into the back of the net. So at some point, I've said this time and time again, you can blame Ole for some things, but you cannot fully blame one or the other. There has to be shared blame because the players have been crap.
Yeah.
The players have been dreadful. I mean, Maguire, who was on top form last year, has been dreadful. Shaw's not been near where he was last year. I still have no trust in Bailly, and he had an own goal. I mean, there's just player after player that I have no faith in anymore because week after week it's crap performances. But then as soon as the game ends, it's Ole's crap. It's on Ole. It's like, what do you want him to do? Play?
I think if what's someone to say in there? Crash is talking. You stop speculating. I am none the wiser after that speech. Crisis talks. Yeah. Well, listen. We all. It's not. Come on, you don't have to be a genius to work it out. Come on. You know what I mean? You're not telling me that he's been stood in a crisis talks with a whole team in front of him in a room. No way.
I believe Mata, though.
Mata's
one of his top guys, and he's supposed to be coming on as a coach next year. So I wouldn't be surprised if Juan Mata was involved.
Yeah,
I mean,
Mr. B, think about this. You're a coach. If you ever played the game and been coached and had somebody telling you, this is what I think you should be doing, when you've already been previously told by somebody else how to do certain aspects of the game and it's proved successful. It's a case of belief. Do I believe in what you're telling me? Right? And the longer it goes on without a victory, without bringing something out of it at the end, the harder it is to actually believe in that. It's just the way it is in life. That's just the way life is. This is a case of faith and belief for the players, believing in what the process is that Ollie is trying to do. But even more so for me, what it is the coaching side of things is getting them to do, because you can see the communication is breaking down. And I've said this and I'll say it again: the disparity from what Ollie's trying to do with the club and the team through to the coaching to the players, there's something going wrong there in the middle of that. So, the players themselves, they do have to take some responsibility. It can't just all be on Ollie, all these problems that we're having right now.
So I'm gonna say something. Solo might appreciate this. Are we now saying that all of our problems are down to Fred?
No, look, I mean,
Most
to
of them
me,
are.
Fred, listen, Fred has had some really good games, over the past few months. He has. There's been games where he's been really good. There's been games where he's been really bad, and then some in between. But for me, I just think it's, that's one thing you can point your finger at Ollie and say, Ollie, hold on a minute. When you see it ain't working and it's becoming more of a like a real task to just try and get something out of that midfield, it's time to change it up. You've got to change it up. Give these other players a chance. Give them a chance. If you know that you're securing your job for a certain amount of time, the fans are not going to get on your back if we see that you're going to change it up and give other players a chance, right? How can we get on his back then? About, say, Donny van der Beek, for example, teaming him up with maybe Matic and Bruno in a free, if he was doing a free in the midfield, right? Then
I mean, but he took a chance. He took a chance, though. He took a chance giving somebody else time, and look what happened with Bailly. It led to a freaking stupid own goal. That's why I've said time and time again, if honestly there's one person I don't trust in that entire team to ever be on the pitch, it's Bailly.
Yeah, but listen, I like Bailly. I do like Bailly. I think he's that goal. I mean, I don't want to get into a long conversation about that goal, but for me, it was just an unfortunate goal, and it could have happened to any defender. But the problem is if you don't instill confidence in the players that, look, I'm going to be giving you a certain amount of game time here to get in learning in game. This is the big thing that I keep banging on about. You've heard me say this before, Mr. B. This goes from the youth. You come into the team as a youth player, you've got to learn in game from your mistakes. The same goes all the same for senior players. You've got to learn in game, but the only way you're going to learn in game is if you keep getting the time, But the senior players, for me, have got the edge over the youngsters because they've got more experience. So when you've not been playing for a while and then you come into the team, your experience is there, but your game rust is quite evident. And it takes you 2 or 3 games to get rid of that rust and get back into it. And then if Ollie isn't giving them the time to get rid of that rust, there's no magic WD-40 here to just bring them back up to match speed. All of it, there's no magic spray. So you give them a game or half a game and then go, oh no, he did this wrong, and then you go, right, I'm pulling you out, I'm going to put him on. You keep doing that, then no wonder you're going to go round in circles. You're just going to keep going round and round and round.
And I can agree with that because I used to play, I've used to play sports at a high level, so I remember, you earned. I learned a lot in practice, but I learned 10 times what I learned in practice when I actually played the games, and especially when I got to the higher levels, the more you learn is when you're actually playing in games. But at the same time, you have to perform in training first. And I have a feeling some of these people, they aren't getting time because they might not be performing in training and they're not reliable. That's why another reason I have a big problem with Bailly is he's super unreliable. Mr. B, I don't know if you remember this last season when he came back from an injury when they got in a car accident just outside of Carrington and was re-injured and had to then stay out even more. And then, so for me, it's just, I think you can say all you want about getting game time, but I wish we knew more about what's going on in training, because I bet you some of this does also go down to, Fred may be doing super well in training. Van de Beek might not be doing great in training and not performing as well as the coaching staff would like, stuff like that. Because I know a lot of times with me, when I was playing, I started whether or not I was doing well in practice the week before. If I played well during the week for training, I got my start. If I wasn't playing, I started on the bench.
Yeah, there's the disparity though there, Connor. Right there, there's the disparity. If you're doing well in training, but then it's not quite, coming out on the pitch when it matters, then that's the time to say, oh, look, I keep giving you this opportunity. You're doing it in training, but I want to give you the time on the pitch. He keeps going to cock. Then, you know what? You've had 3-4 games now, right? It's time to change it up. That's the disparity. Who is in charge of that decision? If you boil that down and look at the ingredients of it, what is the one ingredient that's turning the sauce bad in that whole scenario? And you have to eliminate it. So it's a difficult one to try and sort of put your finger on, but there are, for me, serious deficiencies in the communication and understanding about what the actual goal is in terms of, because with Amonde, when Amonde speaks about the patterns of play, that's like, that's a big thing. That's just something that we haven't seen. We've just not seen it, because if we had, we wouldn't be excited having this conversation.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
It's a, and that for me, the fundamental aspects of football, That's like, it's like, look, well, you've got to understand what you're going to be doing in terms of patterns of play. You make these. That's how partnerships work. Is from patterns of play, because if the ball goes to the right hand side, the relationship you've got with the right winger or the wing back or whatever you want to call them, or the right midfielder, and if you're a forward player, you know how it's going to work. You know what you build up a relationship. You know what the pattern. You know where it's going to go, what you're going to try, and if it doesn't, if the first attempt doesn't try, it gets blocked off, or you get outnumbered, it comes feeding back. Then there's going to be something else that you're going to try. But when it turns into free-flowing, free-form kind of, I don't really know what to do, so I'm going to pass it back, and everything breaks down, you got to start all over again. That's when it all goes to cock, because then the opponents, they see that, and they grow confident from that, because they know you haven't really got any real plan. We see it time and time again.
I feel like they do have a plan. They're just, I think Batham put it pretty well. We do have a plan. We're just shite in executing it. I mean, if you really look down to it, ever since the beginning, it's been a counterattacking team. We hold back, we wait, and then we have players like Rashford, Greenwood, Bruno, to break forward. That's been the Man United way for what seems like forever. I mean, you even go back to the times of Ronaldo, Tevez, Rooney, where our bread and butter was counterattacks. We would get that ball on the defensive side and break, and it's been like that ever since Ole's coming to being in charge. What's happening now is, if you look at games, counterattacks are there. We're just shite. And so you'll see a bad pass here, a bad pass there. Oh, let's just, make a 5-foot pass to the other team so that they can go back when we've got Greenwood and frickin' Rashford making runs wide open. And it's like, oh, Fred's just going to be like, all right, here's a 5-foot pass to frickin' Ranieri or whatever his name is on Saturday.
Let me say this.
Stop. 1 second. I'm hearing a lot of frickin' and a lot of maybe on Friday nightism. So we're going to take a pause. If you've joined the show late, we've got a couple of videos running for a Monday of the week. I've just noticed the big boss here has he's saying it's 50-50 at the moment. So I'm thinking this is a time where I need to remind the people who are watching just how bad a Monday's been this week, because I'll be honest, the show started and I was a long way behind. Obviously, you guys have seen the things that I've seen. So we're going to get these videos up, and maybe you can get these buttons up to start voting a Monday for a Monday of the week again. We'll start with this one.
I can accept not losing against Liverpool, Man City. They're clearly got a better manager than us, but we must win this game. So once we win this game, it's not going to be so bad. We're only 3 points off the top 4, I imagine, or around that region. So hopefully we can start kicking on from now and get the momentum going, because we've got some really bigger games, bigger London derbies, or London games to go to.
London derbies, well done.
Well, we are Man United Londoners, So
that's it. Listen, you put that down. Listen, Yank, you put that down, mate. Here's the next one.
Vaughan, obviously, one of our regulars and well respected around these parts.
Anthony Herbert, Prince of.
I said Anthony Herbert. And everyone else, Prince of Wales, not Prince of Wales. Sorry, that's
wow,
royalty.
Wow,
the Prince of Maine. If you haven't heard of this band or check them out on FTB Sports, Prince of Maine is our friend Ollie, who's been started on the Man United agenda, and now he's got his own show on FTB Sports, and his band is called Prince of Maine as well, which are fantastic.
I see Yanks on the wind up. Here's clip number 3.
The worst Brazilian to play in the Premier League.
Jemba.
No,
Brazilian.
Wasn't Jemba Brazilian?
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
No.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
I love that bit. There you go. Look.
Oh, God. Clip number 4.
This is the holy fail. I've got to post a link with witty comment.
Big chest. All I can see is his chest and yellow bees on his chest and everything else. And I'm getting afraid.
It's a Hornet.
Hornet. Forgive me.
And now for our resident Grandmaster Melly Mel. Take him off, Yank. Take him off.
That's Jemba, ain't it? In a Cameroon shirt.
Why don't you get lost? Why don't you get lost? Clip number 5. Our resident Grandmaster Melly Mel, for the person of a certain age. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, John Barnes. It is a Monday.
To wrap it, I can do it in a
You
freestyle
can
rap.
do.
Yeah. Do you want to give me a little beatbox then, Charlie?
Go on, Matt.
Well, let's go back to AC Milan. Ollie had a plan. The plan was this. The plan was that. Had to get through to the European. But anyway, stop. Time out.
Now, look, what you need to do, Yankees, take that off. What we need to do, you guys, we got a few people watching. Everybody who's watching, hit those likes, share, subscribe. Also, please vote Amondi. Next subject, Jesse Lingard.
I just want to say.
Next subject: how to spot the differences between the Brazilian and the Cameroonian flag.
Look,
before we go on to that, hold on one second.
Yeah.
Before we go on to that, let's just finish off what we were talking about there. So the crisis talks, blah blah blah. Like we say, tomorrow we're going to find out, because Ollie, like I said, he's been working on, in other words, deficiencies in that where we've been going wrong in training. So we're going to see tomorrow the commitment of the players and how much they're buying into this with Ollie. We're going to find that out tomorrow.
We'll see. I'm confident. In all fairness, I am confident. I am confident.
Here, just for you, I'll also show a picture of a hornet here. It's for our boy Amondi in the comments.
See, Amondi, I think it's going to be you. I'm hoping it's going to be you. I'm hoping it's going to be that 4 in a week, so you've had the whole month of being champion. But we'll see. Jesse Lingard. Should we have let him go in the summer? I mean, talk. I just spoke to you earlier on. Didn't realize that he's actually posted a picture on his official Instagram of him in a West Ham top. What do you think that's saying for us?
Well, for me personally, I know there's some people who I take a different view, but for me, it's either we accept that players are now more powerful and bigger than the club, right? Or it's just, you just don't do that. You don't do it. You're going to take one view or the other. And for me, you just don't do it. No player is bigger than the club. No personality is bigger than the club. Not even Cristiano Ronaldo is bigger than the club. You don't do that. But I don't get it. It's crazy. It's a total collapse of club integrity for me. The whole, posting a picture of yourself in someone else's shirt because the contract talks haven't gone your way. You can't get more money. So what? You're now putting yourself for sale. It's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Do you think it's a money thing with
Of course it is.
With Jesse? You think it's money with Jesse and not the fact that Ollie's giving him no game time, and we all know Ollie's a big liar.
Look, listen. You either, if you get told by the manager, look, yeah, you're in the plans, you're a big part of the squad, like Ollie said, but then you're then saying, well, yeah, but I want to be, this is, in other words, this is my last chance of a big payday. So you either give me more money or I'm off. That's all it is. This is what it is, Mr. B. Let's not fool ourselves.
I have to respectfully disagree.
This is about money, Connor. This is because look at what he said. He said in a roundabout way he wants more money.
What are you saying, Yank? I know you disagree. Get it out there.
Okay, so what I've seen is it's not that exactly. He didn't post it. He reshared West Ham's post about him. It was him scoring goals for West Ham last year that West Ham posted. He just reposted. Now, for me, that's no disrespect because he balled out at West Ham last year, and he should be proud of that. I mean, I would be proud of going and scoring that many goals and playing that well on a loan spell for freaking West Ham in the Premier League. I mean, I don't play soccer professionally, but still, anytime you go and play well, obviously it's something that to be appreciated. So it's him reposting it and not sharing that also kind of, for me, sets the difference. But he has a right to be pissed. I think we should have sold him in the summer, but he was promised game time. He was promised that he'd be in the plans. And Ole even baited him by having him in the plans and subbing him on 2 or 3 times at the very beginning of the season. I mean, we all remember the whole controversy of you can't sub off Ronaldo for Lingard. Crap that happened at the beginning of the Champions League. And now he's just stopped playing him. So he has full right to be pissed off. I don't think that was him going after United at all. I think that was him celebrating how well he did at West Ham. But if rumors are true that he's not doing contract negotiations because he's not being played, fair.
No,
that's completely fair.
There's a way you do things. There's a way you do things. You know what I mean? You got if that's the case, he should have just made a comment. He should have just made a comment saying, "Oh, you know, something about his time at West Ham," not actually like contributing to the visual side of that image whilst he's a Manchester United player.
I think it was like I think it was like a video of like his top goals while playing for West Ham or something like that. I may be completely wrong.
Whilst also the conversation around his contract seemed to have broke down and it's all gone tits up because, like I said, it's about money. It is about money. I see people in the chat saying it's not about money. Of course, it's about money. If this is his club. Manchester United is his boyhood club. He's been there since whatever age he's been there, since he was young, right? This is his club. But you're telling me that if you're getting told by the manager that, yeah, you're in my plans, and then you're then going saying, okay, then right, well, you know, new contract, then what you know, I want this, and the club say, oh no, we can't meet that, we can't meet them demands. You're like, well, why not? No, listen, this I guarantee you now, if Manchester United were to meet his demands on his contract, he ain't going nowhere. He's going to come out and go, yeah, I'm going to stay for the team. I'm going to stay for
he doesn't want to be another Phil Jones. Are you kidding me? No, if my boss tells me you're going to get a raise, and then it's 3 months later, and my salary's gone up like 50 pence, when he said, "Oh, I'm going to raise you, you know, £2. You're going to get a £2 raise." 3 months in, I've only had 50 pence raise. You think I'm going to be happy with that? And I'm just saying that not in money wise, but in playtime. He's been promised a lot, and has gotten absolute shite. So he is fully in the right to be pissed off and go, you know what? You're not playing me like you said you would. I'm gone. I was at West Ham. I balled out at West Ham. I proved to you I should be played. And yet you promised me playtime, and it's not happening. He's not going to end up being another Phil Jones.
Hold on. Listen. We've got to just bear in mind as well, we could take in a huge ingredient out of all this conversation here. When he went to West Ham and he started balling, people were talking about it, and I said, it's easy. That's when you go from Manchester United, right? Unless you're gonna go to Real Madrid, the only place you're going is down when you leave Man United. So everything that he took from United going into West Ham, it was easy for him to do that because he's not got the same expectation. He's not got the same pressure at West Ham. So he could take all that bravado and all that confidence and everything he's learned at Man United into West Ham and be like, you know what? Yeah, I'm a big fish here. Bang, boom. Do this, I do that, and the other, and it was working out for him. It's great, brilliant. But we're not going to see that every single game that Jesse Lingard plays, even if Ollie picked him every game. You ain't going to see it because when you come back to United, you know what happens. You're walking back into the oven.
You're walking back and not being given a bloody chance, bro.
Exactly. There's a chance. There's a big difference here.
No, there is. Yeah, no. But the main fact of what we're talking about here is you go back to Man United. You're telling me then he's gone to West Ham, played pretty well, come back to United, but now all that pressure's gone, all that expectation's gone, and he's now Pele. So
that's not what I'm saying. But there's a difference between having there's a difference between expectations are being different going to West Ham than him going and having 9 goals and 5 assists in 16 games. Are you kidding? And he's still playing, mind you, he's still playing the exact same people. It's not like he fucked off to France and went to the Farmers League or something like that. He was still in the Prem with a team that ended up trying to fight for Europe. So it's not like the team was shite. It's not like he was playing in a different league and he balled. In 16 games, he had 14 goals and assists. That is crucial. That's huge numbers. You hear that kind of that's Bruno numbers kind of stuff.
How many times have we seen this stuff from other players where they've come to United and it's not worked out and they've gone somewhere else and then started balling? That's just the way it is. For me, Jesse he's not magically turned into a really world-class player just because he's been at West Ham for I'm
not saying that. I'm saying he proved himself and went above expectations. Even if it was a United player doing that, we'd be saying it's incredible.
But where did he prove himself though, Connor? He proved himself
in the same exact league we play in.
No.
In the same exact league we play in.
One sec. No. It's not. I'm not talking about the league. I'm talking about the club. He did it at West Ham. He didn't do it at United. That's the difference. So for me, if he was to, there is obviously something here that Ollie and whoever else at the club, a reason why we let him go in the first place to West Ham, and all the time. All right, let me just say this to you. Before he went to West Ham, what was his contributions and blah blahs and his performances like all the times that we played him? Would you have said this guy's the definite starter every week?
I said this when he was loaned. I thought it was a perfect thing for him to be loaned because of the personal things that had gone on in his life, which I don't know why it's not talked about more, all the crap he went through in his personal life that affected him playing wise. But I'll give you another example of someone who did the exact same thing as Jesse Lingard, but has had a hugely different outcome, but now is actually in the same situation. Look at Dean Henderson, balled out at Sheffield United, one of the top keepers in the Prem. Okay, yeah, he was at Sheffield United, which I know will be your argument. It's a lesser club. He's still facing the same Premier League players, still facing the same Premier League teams with a way worse team. When you have worse defenders in front of you, you're going to take a lot more shots, and there's a bigger chance you give up a lot more goals. And yet he gave up the least amount of goals and had the most clean sheets. Jesse went and proved himself. I don't think it's about money. Exactly. He got rid of Raiola, the biggest money grubber in the entire world at the moment when it comes to agents. You think if this is about money, he would be doing that and saying, I'm going to represent myself? No, he just wants playing time for his team. Like you said, he has grown up in this club. Why would he want to leave for money? All he wants to do is get game time. If Ole instantly goes, I'm going to start playing you once in every 3 games, you're either going to start or you're going to come off the bench for solid minutes. I bet you he signs it tomorrow. He wants to be here, but when he's been lied to, shown a little fish in front of his face going, hey, come stay. And then just basically then told to fuck off. I'd be pissed too. I'd be saying, this is my boyhood club, but you're not going to take me for a fool a second time.
No, I don't see it like that. I don't see it like that.
There's a question up here for you from Bath Time.
Would Rice not take Rice then at United because it's only West Ham?
Same with would you take Ruben Neves? It's Wolves, so I know he's not the same level here.
No. Listen, listen, folks, get your act together there. I'm talking about a player that has come up through the ranks at Man United, right? And then it's not quite worked out. Hence why we said, go on, look, you can go to West Ham for a bit, right? So it wasn't working out for him. He had some good games, but it wasn't working out on a consistent basis. So we let him go off to West Ham, then coming back. I'm not talking about a player who's never been at Old Trafford, right? Because this is the key word in all of this: is Old Trafford. You're playing for Manchester United. It is a totally different ball game altogether. Forget West Ham. Forget the Premier League. When you talk about Man United, it's 1,000 times more than anything that goes on at any other club. When you apply it to Man United, it's 1,000 times more.
Of course, but he's also got 5 goals in 2 games when he's got 2 goals in 5 games when he's actually played. So that's not a bet. So why has he stopped playing? Why has he stopped? He's not even in the squad half the time. Are you kidding me?
But listen, that's a again, this is down to Ollie. I know, picking the team and blah blah blah. Like we know, how many other players are trying to play in the position, his preferred position? How many other players are there for that position?
Honestly, there's one, and he plays on the wings, so it's not like he could. That's exactly what he did. Do we not forget that he played on the wings when he played his 5 games this year? I understand where you're coming from, but you cannot go. I understand where you're coming from, but the point of my statement is, he would not have gotten rid of his agent if he was going for money. He was in contract negotiations because he was playing. He stayed when he could have gone to Everton super easily this year. I think in the summer, West Ham wanted him badly. We priced West Ham out of getting him. We priced Everton out of getting him. He's promised him time. And you can see he doesn't want money because he literally is just, please play me. And I completely can understand that because when I was playing sports and when I was playing at a top level, all I cared about was getting game time. I didn't care about anything else. I just wanted to play. And it's his boyhood club. This is not Pogba. It's not Pogba who is wanting stuff. This is not Dean Henderson who is wanting game time that he has not deserved because the player in front of him is so good, and yet he's been promised game time. This is not, someone like Dalot who is, when he's gotten chances, played like shit. This is someone who's, when he's gotten his chances, has played well. Whether that's at West Ham when he balled out, or even when he's come back and scored 2 and 5. That's a pretty good return for somebody who's supposed to be a squad player. I'm just saying we need to show him the respect that this is not an Ander Herrera situation. This is not a Paul Pogba situation. This is a Jesse Lingard situation. It's his boyhood club. He was promised that he would get play time, and he's not gotten it.
You forgot something here, haven't you? You've forgotten something here. That just nullifies everything. At what point has he ever come out and says, I'm not interested in any further contract talks at all when he came back from West Ham? The fact that he went into contract talks tells you exactly what I'm just telling you.
He wanted to stay.
Money.
No, because
it's about money, though. It's about money.
No. Now you're grasping.
No,
grasping at straws here.
It's about money, mate. I'm telling you. It's about money.
Exactly. He's proved his worth. He proved himself at West Ham, and Ole said you'll get game time. So he said, "All right, let's go into contract." Look what happens now that his playtime's. He could have easily gone, "I want more money. I want more money," and said that. But look what happened. The only time that he said, "I no longer want to talk about my contract," is now that his playtime's evaporated. It's not the money. His playtime's evaporated. So he's like, so have our contract negotiations. The contract, I bet you, as soon as he starts getting game time, contract's right back on. It's not a money move. It's a play move. It's I want to play. He lost his spot in England. If he would have stayed at West Ham, I bet you he's in England. He's in England over Emile Smith-Rowe right now if he would have stayed.
1 second. 1 second. So when he's come back from West Ham, right, the conversation is, "Oh, right, boss, where am I in the plans here? Where am I in the plans?" So Ollie would have told him where exactly he was in the plans, then mentioned the next topic, which would have been contract. Now, if what Ollie said before he said the word contract didn't quite sit right with Jesse, he would have said, "Boss, no, that's no good to me. I don't want to talk about contract." Right? If you're not going to play me, if you're not going to give me, I'm asking you, am I going to be played off as X amount of games, blah, 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 right? Tell me. I want to know. If he was really that concerned about playing, then that's what you want to know before you even talk about any kind of contract. If Ollie has then said no, or I can't guarantee it, right, then there you go. So then what's been said then is then led him into the contract negotiations, because whatever Ollie has said to Jesse has led them then into contract negotiations. And the fact that then the contract talks break down can only mean one thing for me. He's not being offered the right kind of remuneration that he wants.
He's not being offered the right squad. He's not being offered the right kind of playing time. He's been told that you're going to be a sporadic player when he's like, "No, I want to be in the squad," and he deserves to be in the squad. It's a playtime thing for him.
No. Connor.
Cuts.
There's got to be 1 sec, Mr. B. 1 sec.
I'm getting the last word here. You started. I'm finishing.
Before you get to that contract conversation, you're talking about the gaming time. That's what you're talking about.
And he was told he'd get game time. And he was told that by Ole, you'll get game time. And that's why he went into contracts. Now he's not getting game time. Contracts are done. No more contract negotiation.
Look. Before Talk gets on a plane to the US, or Yank, you get on a plane to Manchester.
I don't got the facilities for that, big man.
I think we're just going to have to agree to disagree, you two. But that is the beauty of the agenda. And that's the beauty of it being on a Friday night. You two have got in. Oh, look, TKO win for Connor.
I don't lose.
No,
listen.
Hold on. 1 second.
I know what's coming. We are already over our time, Talk. What I will do, we can carry this on next week. It's not a problem. But this week, it stops. We're on our time. We are on our time. If you like the show, share it. Hit that like button. And obviously, I hope if it's your first time watching, please subscribe. We had Yank. We had Talk. You had me, Mr. B. Also, a few votes coming in. I'm not sure who won. Me personally, I will be giving it to Amondi. Hopefully, somebody in here can let me know what the voting is before we lock this off. But it's gonna be. It should be a lot closer. As Jackie's put down here, great debate. I think you two did the best today. Maybe people are still undecided one way or the other, but that is.
You can put a poll on the Twitter account saying who won.
Yeah. Again, if you're watching the show, comments. Let us know who you thought won that 12-round title bout there, because there was a lot of to-ing and throwing in there. It's Friday. Talk. Close up. Give yourself 2 minutes just to woosa.
Oh, on what subject?
I tell you what, Woosa and Watford tomorrow. As we've got the Watford game, we'll end positive. We'll end on. You got a minute on Watford.
What? Oh, a minute? It's not going to take me a minute, bro. Not a minute, no way.
Oh, that's even better then.
No, it's a big game. Not because it's Watford or anything else. Just because, like I said, what's going on around the game. So, you know what? We're going to see the answers to some really big questions tomorrow. But I've already given my score prediction. 4-3 to United.
4-3. Connor.
Mm-hmm.
This is we've seen this with Ole time and time again. It's a streaky team. We love to go on those bad ends. We love to go on those good ends. And now Ole's job, they've got the panel of people that they want to bring in. Now it's time for Ole to pull the madness. It's feel the rhythm, feel the rhyme. It's Ole freestyle time. It's gonna be 4-1 United.
4-1. Well, I mean, look, I called 3-1. We'll see tomorrow. Talk. Tomorrow we have a watch along to be doing tomorrow, big man. If I can get my feed up, I'll join you for the watch along. Talk will be on at 2:45 UK time.
I think it's 2:30 or 2:45. Yeah,
2:30, 2:45.
Good Lord, y'all play later? Holy crap!
It's a unique experience listening to Talk. Trust me. We're gonna have a preview afterwards. Hopefully, actually, not even hopefully, we will be victorious tomorrow. We're good. Yeah. Oh God. Yeah, we will be victorious. Please don't come back to bite me on my ass. But I'm expecting big things tomorrow. So Talk. I will see you tomorrow 2:45. Ladies and gentlemen, we will see you all tomorrow. Yank. Friday, man. It's been a pleasure, man.
It's been great. Good to see you as always.
Good, man. Talk. I will see you tomorrow. As always, it's a pleasure. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Man United Agenda Friday night takeaway with me, Mr. B, Talk MU, and Yank talking smack.